Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Oh boy, we're back again. And now before we get to the episode, there is some, there's a little side tea we need to talk about, Dane. Just a little bit of side tea. Just a little bit. Right. First off, Gypsy Rose has deleted a lot of her stuff on social media again. Like her TikTok, we had like the video to where she talks about Mother's Day, and then a lot of stuff's gone. So she's deleted it, keeping things fresh, right?
Okay.
Like even her Instagram doesn't even have that much on there. Right? Is this even hers? Yeah, maybe. It says it's got the blue check mark, so it's like it doesn't even have that much stuff on there, you know. Like the earliest one is like dated like 11 weeks ago, and then like her Twitter, like a bunch of like there's not that much here anymore. They've just kind of gone through and cleared out her stuff because she just kind of can't help but stick her own foot in her mouth constantly when it comes to this kind of things. But also apparently Ken got his account banned on TikTok.
Ken did.
Yeah, Ken. So if you remember, last episode I was talking about how there were rumors that he may be gay. You know, and someone was talking about that.
Yeah.
Apparently, someone that said that he got under his skin and he went after him and he got banned for like I think harassment.
Oh, wow.
But the person that was like making the videos and like talking all this trash was being pretty toxic, to be fair. But he's the one that ended up getting in trouble. And also Ryan. He was on a live, and from what I understand, he was talking about kind of how the show had a storyline. The storyline was supposed to be, you know, she gets her out of jail. They go and kind of do their things, their life together. They go and like see the wedding venue. But the big finale would be that they get married. That'd be like the last episodes. They finally they get married again, like and have a big wedding and maybe even a baby announcement, because apparently they were actually trying the whole time to have a baby. But the reason in the last episode that Gypsy was taking the morning after pill was because she couldn't get her nose surgery if she was pregnant because of the anesthesia and stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we ever pointed out or had a clip of it, but inside their closet there was like this little onesie for like a baby Yoda thing in the closet. Or maybe we haven't got to that yet. Maybe that's, I don't remember if we made a video about that, or is it this video? I'm not too sure. But anyway, there's like a baby Yoda thing, and maybe it is in this episode. I'm kind of lost in the sauce here. But there's like, well, why would they have that, right? But apparently they were trying to have a baby, and now she is pregnant, and I don't think they're divorced. And like the Louisiana laws, that people are saying that when she has the baby, Ryan is still going to be the dad of the baby, and then he can fight for custody and all this stuff. It's getting wild. But we actually haven't got to the point to where they are done. But that happens in this episode. So let's jump into it. God, Gypsy, it's so trashy, man. She had such like an amazing, basically a career handed to her I'd say handed to her, but like the results from everything that happened. Like if she would have came out like been quiet and like only did like high profile interviews and like started up a charity and like made that like her thing instead of like doing this document. Oh God, it would have been completely different. Her image would not be as damaged as it is now. She's constantly trying to fix it by deleting things. Anyway, all right. Let's get into this.
So Ryan and I are having an argument right now.
Really?
So the show opens up with her talking about her argument she's been having with Ryan.
He texted me something the night that I first got here, and I didn't want to show you or Mom right away.
So she's already like out there with her parents, like, you know, the bus is here, slide her on right up underneath it, you know, they're all going to get the bad story, you know.
He texted her. She's like, I didn't want to show y'all at first, but now I really do.
Yeah.
Like I show you all of our fights.
Like she shows her parents, it's like, I'm going to be honest about something. I could really give a blank about your dad's one-on-one time with you right now. I want to love on my wife. Ha ha. Baby, don't be selfish. Right? So it's more of Ryan's like awkward, like lack of confidence, say I want to be with you kind of thing, but he knows it's a sinking ship, and he's like, so he ends it with like the ha.
That's unbelievable. It's a shame he feels that way.
Yeah, so she's just out there like showing him this stuff. Like, it's like, I just want to, I couldn't care. I just want to be with you. And she's like, look, Dad, look what he said.
Ah, dude. She's trying to paint this giant picture of this man being the demon, bro.
Mm-hmm. Then she goes off about how like, he's so controlling.
That is true colors. like coming out.
When things are good, things are really good.
And then she's like, things are really good. Here's an out of context message, Dad, of where he's talking trash about you wanting to be with your daughter, that just got out of prison. It's like,
yeah, exactly. Very out of context.
I can see both sides kind of, but like just her going and being like, look, is like the trash part, right?
It is the trash part.
Like the way he was hinting as if Ken was here.
Yeah, right.
What?
I know.
Like we would allow that to happen.
Exactly.
As he looks over at the
Mom,
stepmom,
right.
like, as if we'd allow that to happen.
Yeah, she would. Guaranteed.
Yeah, and if you remember that conversation, Dane, when we watched it, the way that everything came off was that she was being shady. That's how I felt about it. Like if I was Ryan, and I could see where he's coming from. But then her retelling it in a way that's like her parents were like, "Yeah, wait, what was he crazy?" Right? Like they have no idea what's going on, and they should watch the show. And then then they'd be
watch
like, "Oh,
the show, please."
just watch it."
Yeah.
Then you guys will have the information that's being conveniently left out for you right now.
Yeah, confront Gypsy.
But she's offended that Ryan would even like imply that she's cheating on him.
Almost nonchalantly accuse me of cheating on him while I'm here spending time with y'all.
That would be crazy, right? It's not like in the last episode she literally called him a rebound and has been talking about how much she misses Ken and all this the entire time.
Woke
and she's
him
with
up in the middle of his sleep, dude.
she's
Woke him
with
up
the
in middle
lady
of his sleep.
right now who is setting this whole thing up with her being her stepmom.
Wow.
Why would he think that? Oh
Why?
my gosh, he's so controlling. Ugh. But the thing is that it's working. Like the dad, he's hurt that Ryan would say that.
Ryan's gonna have to man up and really give her a little bit of freedom and just lighten up. He's pushing her away.
He's pushing her away, Dane. He's pushing her away.
Oh, wow.
This is all Ryan's fault. How could he?
Ryan's doing it. Yeah. That's not her plan.
And to go along with the plan, she's also gotta film herself crying, right? So
I'm back home.
she's back home miserable.
Ryan bought me flowers.
I can see that. Why you're crying then? Oh, poor Ryan. Ryan treated me awful again. He accused me of cheating. Now he bought me flowers. Oh.
And he said he was sorry.
He said he was sorry, Dane. That's not all, though.
I just don't know what to do.
She just don't know what to do.
She don't know how to forgive him, or
Oh, I just don't know.
when it's
I just
her
don't
fault
know.
anyway.
I just don't know what to do.
If we have an argument, we grow from it and we move forward.
So Ryan does say something right there. He's like, we have an argument, we grow from it, we move forward. It's like an actual relationship when you're like married and you have a disagreement or you have an argument or you have a problem. You work it out. You come to a mutual agreement and you grow from it. You keep going,
Absolutely.
Not when somebody doesn't want to be with you. You don't. It becomes a mountain out of a molehill. It's got to be the biggest deal ever so that she can get away from you, and then be in the right when she doesn't.
Oh man, preach, preach.
So it goes to Ryan like watching a video that's posted where Gypsy's talking about like the murder and like her ex-boyfriend, not Ken, but like the one who actually did the deed.
Anyone watching?
It's too long.
No, I gotta watch out.
Which, is something that's been deleted. That doesn't exist anymore. It's not there. She's got rid of that.
More than one life was taken that night. I'm gonna be honest, I got carried away in the hype of everything. Social media is like...
So to summarize, she goes on to say, like, I feel like 2 lives were taken that day, meaning like her boyfriend at the time who did the deed and who got life without parole, and then her mom. But then she just starts talking about social media and making it about herself.
I'm sorry. I'm learning.
She's sorry. She's learning. She's doing better, right? Just want to bring that up because it's not on there anymore. It's gone. Where'd it go? We don't know. She just deletes stuff and then makes new stuff and then deletes it again. Because she just can't stop talking,
Yeah.
She's her own worst enemy. Like, it just drives me crazy how they did this whole show to change her image, and all she's done is drag it through the mud with this show.
Hey, dude, for real. Drives me crazy they made this show. She murdered her mom. All right, I'm just
It's supposed to be like a it's like a documentary or whatever. Like, but just the way that everything is happening, it looks like I'm just watching like 90 Day Fiance. You know, it doesn't feel like this is a documentary to get like, I mean, but it is to get to know the real Gypsy Rose. But it's like the things that she wants to do or the things she feels like she should do is what someone who watches reality TV thinks that they should do.
Yeah. For
Yeah,
sure.
like, I want to be a reality TV star. But you could have been so much more. Why would you want to be a reality TV star? They're like you got like actors and musicians and people that have all this talent. And then somewhere in there, you get like much lower, you got content creators, they're like the Z-listers. And then under that, you have reality TV stars. They're literally the bottom of the barrel. But an interesting thing, we've been talking about like things being deleted. This happens kind of quite like, I don't know, this happened like 3 times, I think, with Gypsy now, maybe twice, where she just kind of deletes everything. But this time she's on the phone with her parole officer and they tell her that she needs to delete everything.
All right, bye-bye. I gotta delete my social media because where I said I'm responsible for my co-defendant being incarcerated, somebody reported that to Missouri.
Yeah. I mean,
Probably because they don't want him to do life without parole.
yeah, if she's the one responsible and he's the one serving life in prison,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And that's why Gypsy Rose has to delete her stuff, because she just keeps yapping to sound good for everyone. But what she's actually saying is like
Dude.
damning evidence against herself. Like, I'm responsible for the person serving life without parole. It's my fault.
Crazy.
The parole officer's like, hey, no, you can wait until you're off of parole. Then you can do all that.
But you're not.
Like I said, people have the
Delete
upper
that.
hand.
Delete those videos.
That's not good enough.
But I mean, maybe I came to the conclusion kind of like she's responsible. But she says here that it's because they see it as a way of her trying to communicate with him, which I don't know how he has TikTok or in prison.
Right,
maybe he
right.
does, you know.
Baby, that is revenue. Does he know that?
I don't care.
I know, but did you tell him that?
And then Ryan goes on here. Like, Ryan misses the whole point. He's talking about that's revenue, that's money. Like, yeah, but that's not just because you make money off of it doesn't mean that you can do it.
Right. Especially like when you're under supervision, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Delete it then. Just let us pull that money out at least before you do that.
One of the things that stick out negatively about Ryan the most is that he seems to want her to do the social media stuff because she makes money off of it.
Yeah.
I don't know how much money she's making off that stuff, because I know how much you make off of posts like that. And it's like the ad revenue is not much. You get a couple million views and maybe you can pay your power bill on like TikTok or something, but that's, you know. And I would assume he would want her to get off of social media because that would just help their relationship so much if she would.
Right. Completely.
And also, if she deletes everything, it's not like, I mean, if she deletes the entire account, then I guess the money they just don't just keep your money if you delete it, right? It goes into a separate thing and then it pays out at certain, when you pass certain thresholds and the payment information is already there. So anyway,
Right.
And then it's going to like magically keep your money because you delete stuff. But yeah, and she wants to delete everything. Ryan doesn't want her to because it makes money, but it's like, it's definitely in their best interest that she does. And but you know what? After all that, Dane, it's date night. They're going out on a date.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm tired.
And
I'm so tired.
And she is just miserable. She is not ready to go on no dates.
I'm so tired.
It's only because it's Ryan there.
We haven't gone to the movies yet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, before you got out of prison, we always used to talk about going to bed and breakfasts and things like that. We haven't done that yet either.
So they're on their date night, and Ryan's just sitting there being like, we all this stuff that we could do, all these things that we could go do. And Gypsy's just like, not interested at all. She's like,
Right.
There's places you could shop. There's restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
There's the aquarium.
The scene like drags on of him being like, we could do that. And she's just like staring at him like, I'm literally going nowhere with you ever.
Yeah, dude, the stare is crazy right now.
I need to stay in the house constantly so that I can say that you've trapped me in the house. Okay, I can't be seen going places with you. Okay,
Stop trying to make my life fun. Okay, I'm trying to be miserable right now.
I'm trying so hard to be miserable with you. Stop it. Oh yeah, it doesn't even like he mentions like going to like a wedding venue, right? Here, let me just show you this.
You ready to marry me?
Huh?
He'd remarry me?
Can we not do this on camera?
Oh, God.
God, it is just so painful.
Wow. Let's not do that on camera, but let me put every argument, every fight, and every time you have a bad moment on camera.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Dude.
my God.
I 100%. I feel awful for Gypsy Rose Blanchard and what she had to deal with as a kid, and being manipulated by her mom, and all the terrible things that happened to her that led up to like her having to make this choice of like killing her mom to get out.
For sure.
But man, I don't know how far that apple fell from the tree, Dane. You know, because manipulation city constantly. I mean, it's not even manipulation at this point. Like, she's just blatantly telling the guy, like every sign of her not wanting to be around him is painfully obvious, and he's just like still like hanging on to some little thread of hope that she'll come around.
I mean, she said the word "yeah." I mean, that should give him all types of hope. Meanwhile, her body language is like, "Get on my face."
Yeah. Well, like I said, like the whole storyline of the show is supposed to them like getting remarried or whatever, and he tries to set it up, and she's like, "Can we not do this?" She's like, "Oh." No, but she'll tell everybody like how he can't make her orgasm on camera though. You know, she'll do that.
Right. She'll say that. That's no problem. Whether or not she wants to remarry the man that she's already married to, that's a big deal breaker.
Mary wanted me to talk about this. This is very important to the whole story. She's got like broccoli and asparagus in her plate. Like, look at her cutting with the side of her fork. This drives Mary crazy. This drives Mary crazy. Like how Americans use the side of their fork to cut things. She's just like, just use a knife. Like they give you a knife with everything. Like, you just use a butter knife and just cut it. Because I do it too. I'll just take the side of my fork and cut stuff. And she's like,
I definitely do.
Like, why? Just use it. Just use a knife. And I'm like,
But it's my primary hand. You know what I mean? That way I don't have to,
they got like switch and it gets weird.
Right? Yeah. You know?
But it's the whole thing's super uncomfortable. Like, it just goes on and on about her being miserable and like Ryan just trying so desperately to find like any connection at all, and she just is not having it. Which after this just bomb of a date, it eventually it starts getting to that point where, you know, it's the wheels of the wagon are completely falling off.
Are you happy?
Yes. I don't know why you think I'm not.
Because she's projecting her feelings onto you.
Because she's not. Yeah, it's not like you at all, bro.
It's like the thing that your significant other does when you go to like the grocery store and she's like, "Oh, do you want ice cream?" Which means she wants ice cream, and she's not going to eat it unless you say that you want ice cream too.
Right? Yeah.
Well, don't call Ken. You're probably already talking to him anyway. You're not?
For some reason, I think Gypsy believes she's being true to her marriage because she's not the one that's directly talking to Ken. She's just talking to him through her stepmother and talking about him constantly, and is emotionally more invested in Ken than she is Ryan at this point. And she's like, she just so desperately wants Ryan to break it off. To break it off. Like, she doesn't want to be the one to do it. She wants him to do it. And so she's like, "Are you happy?" No. And just like, because that way, he's the one that's doing everything. He's the bad guy, right?
It angers me. I ain't gonna lie.
How could Ryan let this happen to their marriage? Oh my gosh. Yeah, this whole scene is basically just like their breakup, and it's ugh. So Ryan starts going through like the whole concept that I talked about earlier, how like you have a problem in a marriage, like you work through it. And so he asks her if she wants to work at it or not.
You have to want to work at it.
And are you not wanting to fight for this anymore? No?
Nope.
Wow.
Nope.
But we knew that. So
yeah, that's why
he didn't know that.
But
all her actions have shown that. So
she hasn't wanted to fight for this since she heard that Ken was single.
Absolutely. Since stepmom brought him in, and you know what I'm saying, dude. When they show him, he might as well have a construction hat on because he came in and wrecked this home, dude. You know what I'm saying? He demolished this relationship.
Sometimes I just think that I would be happier somewhere else. I mean, don't think that it doesn't hurt me.
Yeah.
Oh, but what about her, Dane? What about her? Oh,
jeez.
Oh no.
Okay.
You know I love you.
Ah!
Oh. Yeah, he can tell. I bet he feels it.
Yeah.
I bet he feels it all over.
Yeah, he feels so loved right now. So loved. Oh, God. Like, the whole thing, like, I'm not going to go, like, there's so many things we could sit here pick apart that she says in this scene. It's pretty long, but I'm not going to go through it all. You got the gist of it. It's just, yeah.
I mean, I know she loves me. I mean, that it's not even up for debate, but it's like.
Poor Ryan. She does not love you, man. She does not at all. No, he's still got that string of hope. He's like, yeah, I know she loves me, man.
Yeah, she might have at one point in time, you know, but that was, it wasn't a whole lot. Not if it could be broken like this.
It's never been up to me. It's her decision. You know, like she knows I don't love her and always have.
And poor Ryan, she can do whatever he wants. And he's like, yeah, I'll still love her. Always will, always have, you know, especially before I knew she was, because I watched television and sent her a letter in prison and married her without actually getting to know her. Oh, boy. So after that whole terrible scene, it skips to 4 days later to Mia's house, where Gypsy is staying with her sister now. She's not staying with Ryan anymore. She's out of the house with her sister, and they're talking about how she needs to go back and get some of her stuff out of the house.
Tomorrow night, Mom and I are gonna go to the apartment, gather some of my stuff, and just spend the next 2 weeks in cutoff.
Yeah, she's gonna spend 2 weeks away from Ryan and see where her head's at.
Yeah, at the Pro Ken house. Good idea.
Yeah,
you should.
Yeah, it's
Yikes.
like, as I'm telling you, Gypsy's very good at like saying kind of like what I think, like what she thinks she needs to say. Like the cracks are showing, but like she's like, I just need to, you know, clear my head and then we'll get back into it, instead of being like truthful and being like, it's over with, we're done, you know. No, there's still hope, you know. I still gotta, you know, just string him along just in case Ken doesn't want to actually date me, and then I can go back to Ryan, you know.
It's just ultimately, I know that I'm in a codependent marriage.
So he talks about a codependent marriage to where it's like she's in a relationship to where she needs the other person. Like she needs Ryan, and Ryan wants to feel needed, you know?
Right.
Which that checks out. I do believe that that's probably the case, like because just the way Ryan talks and everything throughout the show. Like, I mean, but everybody wants to be needed. But in their situation, it seems a little more extreme, especially since he messaged someone who was in prison when they get out, knowing that they would be pretty much solely dependent on them or family, right?
Right.
I don't know if that was his motive or anything like that, but it's pretty easy to paint that picture and be believable. But then they go to Ryan, and Ryan tells kind of his side of the story about this part, and where he thinks they made up. He thinks that he thought they were good after all that.
I come home the next day and she had like permanently moved into the spare bedroom.
So he thought they made up, and she's like, nope, she's going to the spare bedroom, right?
Wow.
She's like, I'm not staying in the same room with you anymore. And then she was gone after that.
And then next thing I know, she was gone. And I hadn't seen her since.
So he thought they kind of made up. You know, I guess she was just like, yeah, we're good.
I didn't mean all that I said.
Yeah, but I'm leaving. See you later.
Dip.
Then the scene goes back to like the, you know, pro Ken house, right? Stepmom and her 2 brain cells she has this to say.
What I'm getting from all of this, I mean, you went from one prison to another prison, and now you're in another one, and
I wouldn't go that far, Mom.
And then the stepsister's just like, what are you talking? Well, I wouldn't go that far. Good Lord.
Calm down, Mom. Jeez.
As much as that like throw me under the bus, like at the beginning of this show, she's like still like a voice of reason in all this. Sometimes she's like, what are you talking about?
Completely. Her and Dad, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Man.
But what the stepmom says too, or what Christy says, is like, from what I'm hearing, it sounds like you're in a prison. Like, well, yeah, that's what Gypsy's trying to make it out to be. She's trying to make him look as bad as possible. Yeah.
But it's also what she wants to hear too, because you know what I'm
exactly.
saying? Like,
yes.
She set that up.
Ooh, man. She's like, you know, she loves that tea. She's eating it up like, ooh.
Oh yeah.
Boy.
But, you know, Ken wouldn't do that to you, you know.
But, you know, the stuff we're talking about, Ryan he's not oblivious to it, right?
She was already an impressionable young girl. And to feed stuff in her head, put stuff in her head, I mean, it poisoned her marriage.
So Ryan's aware that the family is influencing Gypsy's decision, which they are, like, but at the same time, between both like the family and Ryan, like Gypsy's not the one at fault, even though she is definitely instigating the whole thing. Now, maybe it wouldn't have been instigated if mom didn't show up and be like, hey, Ken's single, you know? But the fact that that's all it took is like, and then like nobody's like blaming Gypsy at all is what's crazy to me.
Right. Well, that's why her videos came in. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to blame her because look, I have proof that he's mad when I do stuff.
And it's one of the reasons why I think like a lot of her old social media stuff gets deleted, not just because of the like she made one video about the guy serving life. And they're like, you can't do that, right? She delete that one, but then she deletes everything. I think she deletes everything that's because the internet sleuths go back and like look at what she says and then compare it to her actions now. And I don't think she likes. I don't think she likes that. I don't think she likes it at all.
Well, she can't. She can't. They're busting her out. They're outing her. And when you're everything about you is based on lies, you know what I'm saying? Like it's probably got to be hard.
I'm not gonna say that I'm getting a divorce because I haven't made that choice up yet.
She won't say it, but it's definitely happening.
Yeah.
She just won't say it.
5 minutes to there.
I let him know.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is another thing Mary wanted me to point out that drives her crazy is how people drive in this show. She hates how people like have like one hand barely on the wheel and they're like super relaxed, like laying back.
Really? That's how I drive, bro. I
know. It's Australia American thing, right? Like you drive for so long in America down the highway that you're just like, God, like you can't like sit at your, the whole time. You get exhausted. You gotta lay back.
You gotta kind of be a little comfy.
Yeah, like everything. Especially when we grew up, everything's 20 minutes away. Ain't nothing. Yeah. Nothing's close.
Exactly.
By the way, Chrissy's got the same tattoo Gypsy has. They got matching tattoo. Ryan didn't get that tattoo. He got a rose.
Right. A gypsy rose.
Ah! But the real question, Dane, is whatever happened to their dog? It still exists. It's still there.
Hey.
Yeah, their baby that they were going to have to fix all their relationship problems. She left out the Ryan too. She don't want it.
Of course. Of course.
Oh, this is the episode that's got the freaking baby onesie in the closet. Where is it? Yeah, like right here. Yeah, little baby Yoda in the closet.
Wow.
Yeah. They don't want to have babies. She keeps like this. She's like had all kinds of videos. They talk about how she doesn't want kids, but why would they have a onesie in their closet? Because they planned on having kids.
Yeah.
And she kept getting cream pied because they were trying to have kids. It wasn't an accident. She kept acting like it was an accident in the show. You don't accidentally keep doing it.
Anything to make Ryan look like the bad guy.
But yeah, they go back through and they're just gathering her stuff. I think Ryan's at work, and she's just like going through and getting what she wants out of the closet.
Yeah, leave the place for a little bit. Go sit.
That's what I just said.
And they're like, they have the place has gone to crap. I haven't been here. It's how dirty it is. They look in it just got a hole. I think someone put that can in there. Like I don't know who puts a can, unless you're trying to drain it out. I guess before you put it in the trash, so you don't get your trash all wet. But yeah, it's like look how filthy it is. Look at that. Got candy and stuff everywhere and
uneaten.
I mean, you have like the scene back here, like where you can see the whole kitchen. It doesn't look that messy.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Right.
But then like zoom into stuff. Like, oh my God, look how terrible it is. I mean, look, there's just stuff on the floor. Maybe it's because she came here and threw crap all over the house. Or maybe it is that dirty. I don't know. But like, why is the pitcher laying down here? Like, what is that?
Yeah, that ain't his doing. That's probably the guest room.
Unless he's like, you have that scene. Like even the pictures are all turned around. Like it's such a weird scene. Like it stuck out as really odd to me. Maybe it's just I'm reading too much into it, but yeah, definitely weird in my opinion. Yeah, so she says she's not getting a divorce, right? So she said, I'm not saying I'm getting a divorce, da-da-da-da-da.
You want your Saints jersey?
No.
I'm just...
It says Anderson on the back.
Oh, that's true.
No, she's not getting divorced. She doesn't want her Saints jersey because it has his last name on the back of it.
Oh,
I'm sure everything will work out, right?
Oh, gross.
I'm sure it's going to work out. I mean, look, man, how can you hate on this dude, though? Look Brett the Hitman Hart.
The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, my God. The guy's got taste. She's out. She's out.
Out that whole marriage.
But then there's one episode left in the series, Dane. There's one more. The big finale is coming up still.
I don't even want to know what can even happen in this last one.
Well, that's the end of it. Thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment, leave a like, do all that cool stuff. If today's your birthday, happy birthday. Say toast, my friends. I love you. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.